A non-compete in your physician contract can have a serious effect on your career opportunities. But do you know how to spot the red flags? Hi, my name is Ashley Shaw, founding attorney of Contractor X, where we help physicians negotiate better contracts. The most common questions we get are often around a non-compete in the physician's contract. So let's talk about a non-compete and red flags that you should watch out for. First, let's start with what is a non-compete. A non-compete is a post-employment restriction that limits where a physician may work for a certain period of time in a certain area after that employment ends with that employer. This means that there may be a geographical area where you cannot work and you may either have to move or have a longer commute to work in an area where you can't work. So let's talk about 3 red flags that you should watch out for if there is a non-compete in your contract. The first red flag that you should watch out for is whether the non-compete is actually limited in time, meaning how long do you have to comply with the non-compete? Most non-competes are generally about a year or 2 years. However, we do often see some non-competes that do not list a time frame. This means that it could be interpreted 1 year, 2 years, 4 years, or even 5 years. It sadly puts a physician in a position where they may have to sue their employer to restrict and limit the time frame for which it applies. So if you do not see a time limit on the non-compete in your contract, that's a red flag. The second red flag you should watch out for is whether there are any exceptions to the non-compete. At Contractor X, we understand that life happens. The employment may end, something may happen with the practice where you need to find somewhere else to go. Something may happen in your life that requires a move to a different employer. When a non-compete does not have any exceptions, it could often put you in an unfair position where even if your practice terminates your employment, you still have to comply with that non-compete. So if you do not see any exceptions in the non-compete in your contract, that's another red flag. The third and final red flag you should watch out for is whether the non-compete is tied to more than one location. In general, when a non-compete has a particular location, that location is the center for the non-compete, meaning the number of miles in which you cannot work around that location is tied to that one location. If your non-compete has more than one location, that's multiple areas in which you have to navigate to avoid violating that non-compete. When you have multiple locations that the non-compete restricts where you can work, it can often put you in a position where you may have to generally leave the city or possibly the state. Again, this puts a physician in a horrible position where future employment opportunities will be limited. I hope you enjoyed learning about the red flags to watch out for when reviewing the non-compete in your contract. Want to learn more about what else to watch out for? Click the link below and book a free consultation.